Ah, it's our newest recruit. How did your latest assignment go, hmm? Excellent. You are truly becoming an efficient killer, aren't you? Ah, how could I forget? Of course you were. So, are you ready for your next task? Ah, I had assumed so. This next assignment is very important. Once you are finished with it, and assuming you survive, I will answer any question you have, within reason of course. It isn't ready quite yet. I am still making final preparations, so take some time off. I'm sure you have some other devious schemes to attend to. Oh, don't worry. You'll know.
Or as close as...
Got a letter for you from our friends. Good luck.
You are here. Took you long enough. That I do. You see, I just so happen to have a spy within the Imperial Legion. A Bosmer by the name of Baran. As you can imagine, it was extremely difficult to get a Dominion race into such a high position within the Legion. Now the fool has gone and got himself arrested in Solitude. Someone needs to go and rescue him. Do you see where I am going with this? Him? Ha! Gods no! I'm worried about the secrets they can squeeze out of him if they find out who he is.
Fair enough.
I'm glad you agree. Now, obviously, you can't just walk out of the Solitude jail escorting one of the prisoners. So, any ideas? Well, I don't care. I already have one. This is a scroll of teleportation, a rare magic that you don't see in Skyrim that much. Go to the Solitude jail and give it to Baran. He will know what to do. Do you understand?
Of course.
Good. Off you go then. Oh, and one more thing. Don't lose the damned scroll. Even for someone as magically gifted as myself, that scroll was a real pain to create. I would appreciate not having to go through that effort again.
Who are you? What do you want? He did? I guess that means I'm getting out of here?
That's right.
Ah, excellent. But how exactly are we going to go about that, I can't help but notice all the guards in this building. What's this? Scroll of teleportation. Well, color me impressed. I didn't think Alderillar was that worried about me. Look, whilst you're here, I don't suppose you could help me out in another way?
What's the problem?
Well, you see, I wasn't actually in prison for being a spy. I just got caught trying to steal some documents from the office of that big-headed elf, Malpin Velfus. Well, most of them. But there's this one officer who goes by the name of Nurid. He's onto me. I don't know how, but he has been relentless. Everything I do, I have to do extra carefully to make sure he doesn't catch on. But of course, there's only so much that I can do. Most of the other officers have blown him off, but my imprisonment has only served to further prove his point. I fear that he's now gathered enough evidence to have me properly prosecuted. Yes, but the Empire cannot know that there was a spy in their ranks. It will make it much harder to plant another once I'm gone. See, when they caught me, I hadn't actually grabbed anything in Velvus's office, so they think I was after gold or something. So, we still have a chance. You need to kill Nurid and take any evidence you might have. Can you do that? I assume you are one of Aldrilar's trained killers.
Of course I can.
Excellent, thank you. He tends to hang around the docks. That's where I'd check if I were you.
Damn you! What was that?
Ah, you're back. And still alive, it would seem. I trust the mission is completed. Yes, I already know. I was just testing you. I had my men pick him up from the spot he teleported to. Oh, I wouldn't worry about him. My men will bring him back here to me, and I will have to show him what happens when you fail me. Trust me, you don't want to know. That is all for now, I believe. Whilst your services have undoubtedly been useful, there isn't much more to do. The Imperial forces in Cyrodiil will break soon. I just know it. And when they do, we have ensured the domination of Skyrim will go smoothly. Of course, when the time does come, I will be in touch, and we can cause some real damage. Off you go then, and try not to get yourself killed whilst out on your adventures. As much as it pains me to admit, we do need you. You have proven yourself to be quite useful. So I believe before I sent you to clean up that damned Bosmer's mess, I told you that I would answer any questions you had. I am nothing if not a man of my word. So, go ahead. What do you want to know? Within reason, of course. It's simple, really. We were biding our time with the little... We had planned on it dragging... Anyway, I've heard if the Stormcloaks win, then the Empire... Once the war was over, we saw the perfect opportunity to strike. An important question, considering they are your employers now, eh? The Thalmor are the governing body of the Aldmeri Dominion. In the years before the Oblivion Crisis, the Thalmor were nothing but an extremist fringe movement who were openly mocked by most. But after we ended the Oblivion Crisis, people started to take more notice of us. And eventually, we became the prominent political party in Alinor, overthrowing the Imperial government in Alinor and claiming independence from the Empire. Eventually, we created alliances with Valenwood and elsewhere, and then the Aldmeri Dominion.
What can you tell me about yourself?
Ah, getting personal, are we? I was born in the city of Firsthold, the second largest city in Alinor. My mother ran a stall in the market in the middle of the city, and my father was in the Imperial Legion. When I was young, I mocked the Thalmor,
crawling with filth.
just as
I can't
everyone
wait
did
to
back
get back
then.
home.
That was until the Oblivion Crisis. When the first Oblivion gates opened in Firsthold, there was chaos. My mother was slaughtered by the Daedra before she could make it home from the market. My father was sent out to fight the Daedra, and was subsequently killed as well. I nearly died as well. A Dremora had broken the makeshift barrier I created in my front door, and was about to strike me down before he suddenly screamed in pain and fell to the floor lifeless. And there, in front of me, stood 2 Thalmor agents. They helped me up and protected me until they managed to stop the crisis. I signed up to be an agent almost immediately. And here I am, all these years later, leading the Thalmor in Skyrim and preparing for the invasion from within the borders. Not a bad position, I'm sure you'll agree. Yes, I know. Shocking, isn't it? Back then, we were still all buying into the Imperial lies and propaganda. Do I blame my father, or despise him for it?
Ah,
No,
a fellow
of course not.
insomniac.
He
It
fought
seems
bravely,
you and I might
and I
have
knew
more
he
in
fought
common
for
than
Alanor,
anticipated.
not for the
Our
damned
nights will
Empire.
be less lonely now.
He cared about us, his people, not some pompous emperor sitting in some palace in Cyrodiil. Glory to the Aldmeri Dominion.
Hey, got a letter for you. See ya.
Please, someone do something!
Change.
Ah, you're here. Finally. So, in your time away, there have been some developments. Cyrodiil has fallen. The remaining Imperial forces have retreated north into Skyrim to bolster Skyrim's forces. The Dominion forces are following them and should reach the border very shortly. So it's mostly good news. I'm sure you will agree. However, we did not anticipate the retreat. The fight may be a bit harder now that their forces have been bolstered, but the reinforcements are tired and demoralized from the fighting. They shouldn't make much of a difference. So, any questions? Soon, my friend. Don't worry. With Cyrodiil ours, our forces should arrive shortly, and when they do, the fighting begins. Until then, I suggest you get yourself ready. Whatever preparations you need to make to fight. There will be little chance once we have begun. Go now and prepare, and when we are ready, I will summon you.
Yes? I'll answer them as best I can. Burwale the Avenger. My trusty ceremonial dagger. We have quite the history, you see. Hard to believe it, but when I was a child, I was nothing at all like the strapping young soldier you see before you. No. On the contrary, I was an awkward schoolboy who daydreamt and read books. I had quite the sweet tooth, and I never exercised much. Never really had any friends either. My father insisted that I enlist with the Thalmor, and of course I wanted nothing to do with it. Oh, I'm sorry. Who's telling the story? You or me? Anyway, one day he brought me into his study to help him open a dresser that was giving him a bit of trouble. After I opened it on the first try, I laughed at him. He then sat me down to scold me and beat me, I thought, as was his custom. But then, as his mouth opened, out flowed the most beautiful, elaborate story my young mind had ever heard. I was the chosen one, destined to slay a great enemy of the people. A great dragon threatened the safety and the purity of our good land. He showed me this dagger, Burwale the Avenger, he called it, and bade me to take it, that I would use it to slay the great beast once and for all. But to train with it, I would need to enlist in the ranks of the Thalmor, who would show me how to properly wield it. No, actually. As it turns out, the great dragon was the evil of Talos worship, and my father was just a bigot. Hooray for metaphors. It was all a lie. An elaborate ruse to get his lazy sod of a son out of the house and earning his living. The dagger was worthless.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. I'm not. It helped me develop the courage I needed to get out on my own. I suppose you could call that a big win for parenting, eh? Take note, if you ever have children of your own, with just the right balance of carrots, sticks, and fantasies, you can make a soldier out of a sap. Anyway, the joke's on him, really. I've since learned the art of blacksmithing and enchanting, so now, Burwale the Avenger is a weapon worthy of his impressive title. And the rest, as they say, is history. As am I, friend. But enough standing idly by. The hour grows late. Shall we away?
Need something?
Got a letter for you from our friends. Good luck.
Need something?
Ah, you are here. Excellent. It is finally time. The Dominion army has arrived. I am sending you to Riften. It is the first hold we are going to take. You should head there as soon as possible and meet with the commander outside the walls. He will tell you what to do. So, are you ready? Excellent. It is finally time to see if all the work we put in was worth it. You have served the Dominion well so far. Now begins the real test. Go now. Hurry yourself to Riften.
I'll make this quick. Scream louder. Refuse to die.
Of combat. There she is, my noble war hero. How was your first taste of combat? It clearly went well, judging by the fact that you have returned. Yes, I know. Excellent news, is it not? I have some more good news. Whilst you were busy bringing the Dominion's justice down upon Riften, we launched a second attack against Valkyrie. I would have sent you, if only you could be in two places at once. Well, it would have been unnecessary. The hold fell regardless. I think you'll agree we are off to a good start.
So what now?
Calm yourself. Even we cannot fight constantly at all times. I'm sure you want some rest. We can use our newly acquired holds to stage our attacks. We will be spreading northward to take the remaining holds. Do not think it will be as easy as Riften, however. You were right on the border, plenty of reinforcements. As you move further north, it becomes harder to get supplies and reinforcements through. If the Nords have one advantage, it is that they know their homeland better than us. Don't worry though, I am still confident in your ability to deliver victory. When we move on to a new hold, I will write you. When you receive these letters, move to the hold as quickly as possible. You are a valuable asset, no doubt, but the commanders will not wait for you to prance over in your own time. You are a soldier now, a real soldier of the Aldmeri Dominion, not some Imperial lackey. I suggest you act like it. Off you go then, to deliver the Dominion's swift justice. Oh yes, one more thing before you go. If your taste for blood hasn't been fully quenched, then perhaps you would consider taking some contracts on the side. If you want to, head to Mistvale Keep and find the Thalmor agent in there. Talk to him and he will provide you with any outstanding contracts and bounties we have. As we take more holds, be sure to check the Jarl's palace in that hold and find the agent. There won't be one in every hold, but there will be enough for you. You are only one person after all, and we have a lot of enemies.
Yes?
You're a stranger here too, huh?
Staying safe? I hope. They staying out of trouble by a dragon. One of those horrors comes here, we'll be ready.
Watch the skies, traveler.